ABC are such that increasing means like this. A less than B less than C, like this. They are increasing means this one will be the smallest one. Next, this one will be the next highest one. This one will be the next highest one, like this. So therefore, you can say that greatest angle. If you look at here, C will be the greatest side. Therefore, greatest angle will be angle C. Greatest angle will be angle C, because C is the greatest side. So therefore, least angle is nothing but angle A. Least angle is nothing but angle A. So from this information, you can say like that, because it is given, it is they are increasing, right? So and also given that they are in GP, ABC are in GP means B square, and also given that greatest angle exceeds smallest angle by 60 degree. Given that angle C equals to angle A plus 60 degree. Greatest angle equal to smallest angle plus 60 degree. That means C minus A is nothing but 60 degree. Let us say this is first equation. Let us say this is first equation. Now given that A, B, C are in GP. Therefore, B square equal to AC. GP means B square equal to AC. B square equal to AC. Now look at here. B means according to sine rule 2R sine B. 2R sine B whole square equal to 2R sine A into C is nothing but 2R sine C. Sine C. So here 4R square is there. Here 2R into 2R means 4R square. That means you will get here, look at R square will get cancelled. I am writing this 4 sine A sine C. 1 2 I am striking off. Right? So this is 2 into, I want cos B. That means I am writing 1 minus cos square B equals to, look at here, 2 sin C sin D. 2 sin C sin D is nothing but cos of 2 sin A sin B is nothing but transformation formula. Cos of A minus B minus of cos of A plus B. Cos of A minus C minus of cos of A plus C. 2 sin A sin B is nothing but cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B, converting into difference, transformation formula. Now look at here. Here 2 minus 2 cos square B is nothing but, this is nothing but A minus C. That means this is minus 60 degree. From 1, C minus A is 60 degree. Therefore, A minus C is what? Minus 60 degree. A plus C in triangle is nothing but 180 degree minus B. Because A plus B plus C equal 180 degree. A plus C will be 180 degree minus third angle. So you will get 2 minus 2 cos square B equals to, this is cos of minus theta is cos theta. That means cos 60 degree is nothing but 1 by 2 minus of minus cos B. Cos of 180 minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. So take the LCM and 2 multiply this side. So take the LCM here and 2 multiply this side. You will get 4 minus 4 cos square B equals to 1 plus 2 cos B. Form a quadratic equation cos B. Bring that side. That implies 4 cos square B plus 2 cos B minus 1 minus 4 means 3 equal to 0. Now got a quadratic equation cos B. So solve the roots. Cos B is nothing but minus B plus or minus root of B square means 4 minus 4 into A into C minus 3 divided by 2 into 4. 2 into 4. This you will get minus 2 plus or minus root of, look at here, 4 plus 16 into 3, 48. That means 52 divided by 8. Divided by 8. Therefore, what you got, cos B equals to minus 2 plus or minus under root 1 is 4 into 13. So root of 4 means 2 outside, 2 root 13 divided by 8. If we strike off 2, then you will get minus 1 plus or minus root 13 by 4. Minus 1 plus or minus root 13 by 4. But cos theta, if you take root 13 minus 1 by 4, this is one value, and cos B. And another value you are getting is cos B equal to minus root 3 minus 1 by 4. But this is what cos B is less than minus 1. Less than minus 1. Therefore, not possible. Because cos always lies between minus 1 and 1 only. Therefore, not possible. Cos B less than minus 1 you got. Therefore, it is not possible. If you look at this one, root 13 minus 1 divided by 4. It lies between minus 1 and 1 only. It is positive quantity and less than 1. Therefore, cos B value is nothing but root 13 minus 1 divided by 4. Is nothing but root 13 minus 1 divided by 4. Like that. You decide which one will be the greatest angle, which one is the least angle, and then use the relation. This is the relation is given, and then b square equal to AC is given. So by converting into sine, by using sine rule, after that you have to calculate what is cos B. Look at, we will go to the next concept. Look at next concept. The circle, all of you listen carefully, concept, next concept. The circle which touches all sides of triangle ABC is called incircle. in circle of triangle ABC. Okay. The circle which touches all sides of triangle ABC is called in circle of triangle ABC. Previously, we have discussed about circumcircle. That circumcircle is nothing but the circle passing through all the vertices of triangle ABC. Now, another circle came which touches all the sides of triangle ABC. The center, I will write the points and after that I will explain. The center of in circle is called in center. New concept, all of you follow carefully. In center I, right? So this in circle is there. Center of that circle is denoted by I. That is called in center of triangle ABC. The radius of in circle is called in radius. In radius or in radius. The radius of the circle, the radius of the in circle is called in radius. It is denoted by small r. Look at, I will explain after this. Now, in center, what in center I? In center I is the point of concurrency. Point of concurrency. Point of concur. What is this in center is? Point of concurrency of internal angular bisectors. Internal angular bisectors of angle A, comma angle B, or angle C. In center of a triangle, I is nothing but point of concurrency of internal angular bisectors of angle A, angle B, angle C. I will write next point and I will explain. In center I will be equidistant. From all sides. From all sides of triangle ABC. Perpendicular distance from I to any side equal to R, equal to in radius. Look at Amma, I will explain in the diagram. Look at, I am drawing the diagram. Look at all of you carefully. So there is one triangle. A, B, C. Right? Look at. This angle, this is angle A. This is called internal angle. This is called internal angle of triangle ABC. Internal angle A. Look at a line that bisects this angle is called angular bisector. I am drawing angular bisector. Look at. I am drawing angular bisector. This is angular bisector line. That means this line divides angle into two parts. This is A by 2. This is A by 2. This is internal angular bisector of angle A. Now look at, I am drawing another line. So this is the line which bisects this angle B. That means this angle will be B by 2. This angle will be B by 2. So B by 2, B by 2, this angle. Next I am drawing angular bisector of angle C. So this is the internal angular bisector of angle C. That means this line divides C into two parts. That is C by 2. This is C by 2. This is C by 2. Like that, these are the angular bisectors of the triangle. These are the angular bisectors of the triangle. Now, point of concurrency is this is the point that is called in center. Look at that is called in center I. This point is there. All the three lines will meet at a point, and that is called I. This is called I. So from I, look at from I am dropping perpendiculars to all the sides. I am dropping, look at from I to BC. I am dropping a perpendicular. I am dropping a perpendicular. This distance is called in radius small r. That is called R. Let us say this is B. From I have dropped one perpendicular. From I am dropping a perpendicular upon CA. Upon CA. Look at this one. So let us say this is E. Right? So this is also called in radius. This is also called in radius. This distance, and then I am dropping a perpendicular from I upon AB. Look at from I upon AB. This distance. This I will be equidistant from all the sides. That means from I perpendicular distance to the side BC, from I perpendicular distance to the side CA, from I perpendicular distance to the side AB. All the three will be equal. So look at here. With I as center, if we draw a circle, it will touch all the sides. The circle I am drawing is called in circle. Look at this circle. Look at the circle I have drawn. This circle touching all the sides. This circle touching all the sides. This circle is touching this side at D. This circle is touching this side at E. This circle is touching this side at F. So this is called in center. In center is nothing but point of concurrency of, this is angular bisector, one angular bisector. Now this is one angular bisector. This is one angular bisector. That is I. Right? From I, if we drop a perpendicular on the sides, this is ID, this is IE, this is IF. All these distances will be equal to this. Look at the circle which touches all sides of triangle ABC is called in circle. This is called this touches all the sides BC, CA, AB. Whenever a circle is touching the sides, that is called in circle. That is called in circle. Right? The center of in circle, this center is there, center of the circle I, that is called in center I. The radius of in circle is called in radius. This is small r, it will be denoted by r. That means inside circle is there, for that radius is r. Now I is what? If we draw angular bisectors of angle A, angle B, angle C, they will meet at a point. That point is called I. Now this in center I will be equidistant from all the sides. That means from I perpendicular distance to the side BC, perpendicular distance to the side CA, perpendicular distance to the side AB, all will be equal to what? R only. That means this is called the radius of circle. Now previously we have discussed about this circle, which it passes through all the vertices. Radius of that circle is what? Capital R. That is circumradius. Now look at here. We will calculate a formula for finding in radius. Look at it. Here in the triangle ABC, you are observing here area of, look at area of triangle ABC. This complete area equals to, look at area of this triangle. Look at this triangle IBC. This triangle is there IBC, and then ICA, IAB. Sum of these areas. So I am writing here. Look at IBC. This is 1 plus this triangle IBC. Next triangle ICA plus area of triangle IAB. This triangle area, this complete triangle area equal to area of triangle IBC plus area of triangle ICA plus area of triangle IAB. If we sum these three areas, you will get triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC, let us say delta. It is denoted by delta, right? Area of triangle IBC, look at here. IBC. This is A length, this is B length, this is C length. Area of triangle IBC is nothing but half base into height. Base is what? BC. Half A into height is what? This R is nothing but height. Perpendicular distance from this vertex to side BC. That means area of triangle IBC is nothing but half A into R. Half base into height. Next, area of triangle ICA is nothing but half base into, base means what? B into height means this perpendicular distance R. Always perpendicular distance will be height. Area of triangle IAB, half into base C into height is what? From I to this IF, that means R. Look at it. So therefore delta equals to half R I am taking common. You will get A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C. That means delta is nothing but half into R into 2S. That means 2 cancel. So you will get delta equal to RS. So therefore R is nothing but delta divided by S. So this is the formula for calculating in radius. Area of triangle, this is nothing but what is delta? Area of triangle divided by semi-perimeter. S is nothing but A plus B plus C by 2. So for calculating in radius, what you need? This is the final formula. R equal delta by S. That means for any triangle, if you want to calculate in radius, you need area of triangle divided by semi-perimeter of triangle. So this is what? In radius means if a circle is there which touches all the sides, then its radius. Previously we have calculated circumcircle. For that circle, what is the radius? Capital R. In the previous lectures, I have discussed about circumradius. That is what? ABC divided by 4 delta. ABC divided by 4 delta. That is the circle which will be outside, passing through all the three vertices. In circle means it will be inside, which touches all the sides of the triangle. This is the formula you have to remember. Right? So the circle which touches all the sides is in center, and then this center is in center I, and from that point perpendicular distance to each side will be equal to in radius, and this I is nothing but point of concurrency of angular bisectors of the triangle. These are the points you have to remember. 1 minute, if you have any doubt, ask. Johnson, why you have raised your hand? Tell me. Johnson. Huh? What is your doubt? Huh? Uh, uh, A plus B plus C, yes. A plus B plus C is 2S. That is perimeter. That is notation. ఎస్ అలా తీసుకోవటం కాదు, నొటేషన్ అది. ఏ ప్లస్ బి ప్లస్ సిని 2S గా డినోట్ చేస్తారు, ఎలా తీసుకోవటం కాదు. నిన్నటి నుంచి చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాను 4 రోజుల నుంచి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఫాస్ట్, ఇఫ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ఆస్క్ ఇన్ దిస్. క్యాపిటల్ అంటే సర్కమ్ రేడియస్ రా, సర్కమ్ రేడియస్. ఇప్పుడు సర్కిల్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇలా ఏబిసి కింద పోయేది ఉంటుంది కదా, దాని రేడియస్. సైన్ రూల్లో ఏ బై సైన్ ఏ ఈక్వల్ బి బై సైన్ బి ఈక్వల్ సి బై సైన్ సి ఈక్వల్ టు 2R రాశాం కదా. క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్ అది సర్కమ్ రేడియస్ అంటే మనకి ఏబిసి కుండా పోయే సర్కిల్ ఉంటది కదా, దాని రేడియస్ అన్నమాట. అది అంతకుముందు ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేశాంగా. సైన్ రూల్లో 2R రాస్తున్నాం కదమ్మా, అదేంటది 2R? ఆర్ అంటే సర్కమ్ రేడియస్. అది డెల్టా ఫార్ములాలో ఏబిసి బై 4R ఉంది చెప్పే కదా ఫార్ములా. క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్ అంటే ఎలా కనుక్కోవాలి, దాని రేడియస్ అంటే ఏబిసి బై 4 డెల్టా. అంటే ఇలా ఉంటది సర్కిల్, అది వర్టిసిస్ కుండా పోయేది సర్కిల్. ఈ సర్కిల్ రేడియస్ కావాలంటే క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్ అన్నమాట, ఏబిసి బై 4 డెల్టా. లోపల సర్కిల్ ఉంది కదా, దాని రేడియస్ కావాలంటే మనకి ఇన్ రేడియస్ అంటారు, డెల్టా బై ఎస్ అన్నమాట ఫార్ములా. ఓకేనా, అర్థమైందా? ఓకే ఓకే. మ్యూట్ చేయి, మళ్ళా తర్వాత కాసేపు హ్యాండ్స్ రైజ్ చేయొద్దు. చెప్పండి. త్వరగా చెప్పాలి. చెప్పండి. ఓకే ఓకే, లిసన్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. Formula you have to remember, R equal delta by S. There are different formula for calculating in radius. Look at, I will list it. You have to remember this formula. Look at in radius. In radius of triangle ABC. Look at formula. What are the formulas involved? I will tell. Look at R equal to delta divided by S. This formula I have derived now. This formula I have derived. R equal to delta by S. So there are formulas for this, other formulas also. Look at carefully. All of you look at carefully. So another formula is 4R sin A by 2. Look at this. Sin B by 2. Sin C by 2. This is one formula. For this, you can use either this or this, no problem. All are same. So another formula is, there are some other formula also. S minus A tan A by 2. This is one more formula. S minus B tan B by 2. This is one more formula. S minus C tan C by 2. So this is one formula. This formula we will use when you know area of triangle and semi-perimeter, right? If you know delta and S, we will use this formula. Suppose angles are known, A angle, B angle, C angle if you know, and circumradius capital R you know, then we will use this formula. 4R sin A by 2, sin B by 2, sin C by 2. Suppose let us say, if you know angle A, then we will use this formula. S minus A tan A by 2. If angle B is known, we will use this formula. If angle C is known, we will use this formula. Look at all these are same. Suppose look at this. If you take 4R, suppose I am taking this one. Look at. Suppose I am taking this one. Look at I am taking this one. 4R into sine A by 2 formula I told. Half angle formula. Sine A by 2 is nothing but S minus B into S minus C divided by formula I told. Half angle formula yesterday I told into root of sine B by 2. Sine B by 2 is what? S minus C into S minus A divided by CA. Sine B by 2 formula, that is similarly sine C by 2 formula also you multiply. Sine C by 2, look at sine C by 2. Sine C by 2 is nothing but S minus A into S minus B divided by AB. Right? I have just written formula. Right? This is nothing but 4R into, look at here. Here in the root, S minus A is here and S minus A. That means S minus C whole square. So root will become cancelled. S minus A. Here S minus B is there. Here S minus B is there. S minus B whole square. That means S minus B. S minus C into S minus C. S minus C whole square. This you will get divided by. Look at here. A is here, A is here, A square, that means A. B is here, B is here, B square. Root means what? B. C square, root means what? C. Right? So now, if you substitute circumradius formula, circumradius is what? ABC divided by 4 delta. For capital R formula is ABC divided by 4 delta. S minus A into S minus B into S minus C divided by ABC. That means ABC will get cancelled. Right? So 4 will get cancelled. You will get S minus A into S minus B into S minus C divided by delta. Divided by delta. Now what I am doing is I am multiplying and dividing with S. I am multiplying and dividing with S. Look at here. In the numerator, you got S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. That is nothing but delta square. I told the formula delta is nothing but square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. This numerator one is nothing but delta square divided by delta S. This is nothing but delta. One delta will get cancelled. So this is nothing but in radius. This is nothing but in radius. That means this R is nothing but delta by S. That means this formula you can write, and this is also delta by S you got. That means these both are equal. Like that, you take this one and write tan A by 2 formula. Again you will get delta by S. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formulas are there for calculating in radius. Right? This is basic formula delta by S. This is 4R. All three signs will be there. Sine A by 2, sine B by 2, sine C by 2. Like that here S minus A tan A by 2, S minus B tan B by 2, S minus C tan C by 2. These formulas you have to remember. Whenever R you got, you replace these formulae depending upon the requirement of the problem. Right? That derivation I have done because of this formula delta by S. Finally, you remember this one delta by S. Right? This is what the radius of the circle which touches all the three sides of the triangle. Small r means. If we ask to calculate circumradius means ABC divided by 4 delta. This is the formula for circumradius. Right? In radius, circumradius. These both are very important. Now look at next one. Listen carefully. Next. Circles which touch the sides of triangle ABC externally are called X circles. Are called X circles. Look at. We will discuss this one. Here we have seen the circle in the previous case. Look at here. In the previous case, in circle means this is the one. In circle means which touches all the sides, touches the sides at D, E, F. This is called incirculum. This is I. That is in center. This distance will be equal to R. That is what we have discussed previously. Right? Now look at here. Now observe carefully. I am drawing the diagram. Suppose take one triangle. Take one triangle like this. Take one triangle like this. Right? So what happens is, look at here. You take internal angular bisector. This is angle A, Rama. This is angle A. This is angle A. Right? Internal angular bisector of angle A I am drawing. That means the line that bisects. This is the line that bisects internal angle of angle A. Right? Now look at. I am drawing the line which is external bisector of angle B. Look at. I am extending this side. I am extending this side. Right? I am extending this side. And I am extending this side. Look at. I am extending the side AC. This is extended side. Right? Now look at. Here this angle B is called interior angle and this angle is called exterior angle, which lies outside the triangle. If this is angle B, this is nothing but 180 minus BM. This is called exterior angle. Now this is the interior angle and this is the exterior angle. Right? Now I have drawn internal angular bisector of angle A. That means this is the line that bisects internal angle A. Right? So now I am drawing the line that bisects external angle. Like this angle is there. I am drawing the line that will bisect this angle. Look at I am drawing the line. Right? This is the one. So this line bisects this angle into two parts. Right? Now I am drawing the line which bisects external angle of C. These three will intersect at a point. This internal angular bisector of angle A and external bisector of angle B and external bisector of angle C, they will intersect at a point that is called I1. That is called I1. Right? So this is called X center. This is called, look at here. This is called X center. Look at, I am writing here. This is called X center. X center opposite to vertex A. X center opposite to vertex A. This concurrency point is there. This is called X center opposite to vertex A. Now this point will be again equidistant from all the sides. Look at, from I1 I am dropping a perpendicular. From I1 I am dropping a perpendicular. Let us say this is D. Let us say this is D. From I1 this is D on BC. Now from I1 upon AC extended. AC extended, I am dropping a perpendicular. Look at like this. I am dropping a perpendicular. Let us say this is E. Right? So from I1, I am dropping the perpendicular upon AB. Upon AB extended. Look at this one. Look at this one. So these distances will be equal, and that is called R1. That is called R1. That is called R1. This point I1 will be equidistant from all the sides. Look at, distance from I1 to the side BC is what? R1. Distance from I1 to the side AB extended is nothing but R1. Distance of I1 to the side AC extended, that is nothing but R1. Now if I1 has center and R1 is radius, if we draw a circle, I am drawing the circle. If we draw a circle, it will touch all the sides. With center I1 and radius R1, if we draw a circle, it will touch all the sides. Look at here, this circle is touching ABC sides internally. Now look at here, this circle is not touching internally. How it is touching? It is touching the sides, but externally, outside the triangle. Look at, this is touching, this circle is touching BC side. Next, this circle is touching AB side, but externally, extended one. So this circle is touching AC, but extended one, externally. That's why it is called X circle. X means what? External. Circle will be external to the triangle. That's why it is called X circle. Where it is, Amma? It is opposite to vertex A. That's why it is called X circle opposite to vertex A. X circle opposite to vertex A. And this is called X center. Center of this circle here is called in center. Here it is called X center. Similarly, opposite to vertex B, look at opposite to vertex B, like this it will be there. Like this, extend this, extend this. So there will be a circle similarly like this, which will be touching. So there will be a circle which will be touching all the three sides, and this is called I2. Right? So this is called X circle. This is also called X circle, opposite to vertex B. Look at here. So this center is called X center, opposite to vertex B. Here it is called in center, Amma. These are called X centers. And this will also be equidistant, Amma. So look at it, this distance is called radius of this circle. It is denoted by R2. It is denoted by R2. This distance is R2. Similarly, right? So that means this is X radius opposite to vertex B. R2 is called X radius opposite to vertex B. Similarly, this side there will be one circle. This side I am drawing, okay. So this side also one circle will be there. I am extending this side CA, this side CB. There will be one circle touching. There will be one circle touching all the sides. I am drawing like this. Look at. So this is the circle which touches all the sides, and this is called I3. Center of this circle is I3. This is called X center opposite to vertex C. Opposite to vertex C. Look at them. Inside circle is there. This inside circle, that is called in center. Right? It will be equidistant from all the sides. Look at opposite to vertex A. Whatever the circle that touches all the sides is called X circle opposite to vertex A. Center of that is denoted by I1. Here this is I. This is I1. Right? Radius of this circle opposite to vertex A is denoted by R1. It is called X radius opposite to vertex A. Right? So look at opposite to vertex B, there will be a circle which touches all the sides. That circle is called X circle opposite to vertex B. Center of that circle is denoted by I2. Radius of the circle is denoted by R2. Opposite to vertex C, whatever the circle is there that touches all the sides, that is called X circle opposite to vertex C. This will also be equidistant from all the sides. This distance, this distance, this distance from all the sides equal to R3, equal to R3, equal to R3, right? So this is the one. Now look at, we will derive a formula for R1, radius of this circle. Finally, you have to remember the formula. Look at this circle. We will find a formula for calculating radius of this circle R1. If you look at the diagram, look at, I will explain. If you look at the diagram, I am writing here. Area of, for R1 I am deriving one formula. Look at here. Here look at triangle AI1C. Look at, I am showing you triangle AI1C. This is the triangle. Triangle AI1C. Triangle AI1C. Area of triangle AI1C means AI1C plus area of triangle AI1B. Look at, this is AI1B. This is the triangle. Area of triangle AI1B. Area of triangle AI1B. If you sum these triangles, you will get a quadrilateral. Look at, you will get a quadrilateral. Out of that, if I remove the triangle BI1C, look at, minus area of triangle BI1C. If I remove from this quadrilateral, if I remove this triangle, look at, if I remove this triangle, what I will get? Area of triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC I will get, right? So look at that. This right hand side triangle plus this left hand side triangle, you will get quadrilateral. Out of that quadrilateral, if I remove the area BI1C, then I will get area of triangle ABC. Look at this triangle area, half base into height. AI1C area is nothing but half base into height. For this triangle, base is what? This length. AC length is B, AB length is C, BC length is A. Base is nothing but half into AC length is nothing but B. Look at, follow carefully. Half into B into height is nothing but, for this triangle, this side is extended, and from here perpendicular is dropped. That means this length is nothing but height. From I1 we have dropped a perpendicular on the extended side AC. That means this is nothing but height. That means R1. Height is R1. Next AI1B. What is the base for this AB? AB is nothing but C. Half into C into height is nothing but, look at this, on AB extended here, we drop a perpendicular from I1. This is the height. So half C into R1 minus BI1C. Look at this triangle. BI1C. Half base. Base is nothing but this length BC minus. So BC is nothing but half into A into R1. So this is the left hand side one. This is nothing but delta. Area of triangle is always denoted by delta. Now if you look at here, I am taking half R1 common. Half R1 common. This is nothing but B plus C minus A equal to delta. Right? B plus C minus A. B plus C minus A I am writing like this. Yesterday I told this can be written as 2 into S minus A equal to delta. 2 into S minus A equal to delta. How yesterday I told like this. B plus C minus A is nothing but A plus B plus C minus 2A. This is nothing but 2S minus 2A. That is nothing but 2 into S minus A. This is the one. 2 into S minus A. Therefore, what is the formula you got? R1 equal to delta by S minus A. Delta by S minus A. That means the radius of the X circle opposite to vertex A is what? Delta by S minus A. This is the formula. Delta by S minus A. For the circle opposite to vertex A, radius is what? Area of triangle divided by S minus A. For the circle opposite to vertex B, similarly you will get R2 equal to delta by S minus B. Similarly for the circle opposite to vertex C, you will get this radius as delta by S minus C. Now finally you have to remember this formula. I will list down the formula for R1, R2, R3. Right? X circle means nothing is there. X circle opposite to vertex A. Center is I1. That is X center. Radius is R1. Finally, you have to remember that point. R1 formula is what? Delta by S minus A. Right? Opposite to vertex B. Whatever the X circle is there, for that center is I2. Radius is R2. R2 equal to delta by S minus B. Right? Opposite to vertex C, whatever the circle is there, it is called X circle opposite to vertex C. Center of that is denoted by I3, and then radius R3 is nothing but delta by S minus C. I will list down the formula. Look at finally what you have to remember is, if you look at this point in center, X centers, these three I1, I2, I3 are X centers. This I is called in center. I will be equidistant from all the sides. I will be at a distance of R from all the sides. I1 will be at a distance of R1 from all the sides. I2 will be at a distance of R2 from all the sides. I3 will be at a distance of R3 from all the sides. Look at it. Now, formula for R1. This is nothing but X radius opposite to vertex A. Now formula for this is, look at R1 equal to, finally formula important for solving the problem. R1 is delta by S minus A. One formula. Next, in terms of angles, what you will get is 4 sine A by 2 cos B by 2 cos C by 2. In the previous case, you got 4R sin A by 2 for R, sin A by 2, sin B by 2, sin C by 2. R1 means first one sin, remaining cos. First term sin A by 2 and the remaining cos will be there. So for R1, another formula is S minus B cot C by 2. Another formula is S minus C cot B by 2. These are the formulae. And another formula is S tan A by 2. S tan A by 2. These are the 5 formulae. Delta by S minus A, basic formula. And in terms of angles, 4R sin A by 2, cos B by 2, cos C by 2. Then if you know angle C, S minus B cot C by 2. If you know angle B, S minus C cot B by 2. And if you know angle A, S tan A by 2. These are the formulae for R1, right? Next, R2. Whenever R2 is there, you have to replace this X radius. Opposite to vertex B. Opposite to vertex B. Now R2 formula is similarly you will get delta by S minus B. Delta by S minus B. Now in terms of angles, second term will be sine, remaining cos. 4R sin B by 2 cos C by 2. R2 means second term will be sine, remaining causes. Here look at R1 means first term sine, remaining causes. This is the formula. Now R2 has another formula. S minus A cot C by 2. Capital CM. Angle means capital always. So then S minus C cot A by 2. And another formula is S tan B by 2. S tan B by 2. This is for R2. This is for R2. X radius opposite to vertex circle is there. B opposite to vertex B, one circle is there. Radius of that circle, this is. Now look at R3. R3 means opposite to vertex C, one circle is there. X radius opposite to vertex C. Opposite to vertex C. For this formula is R3 equals to this is basic formula delta by S minus C. And also here you will get for the third one cos sine you will get cos A by 2, cos B by 2, sin C by 2. For the third one sine you will get, for the first two you will get cos. This is one formula. R3 is nothing but S minus A cot B by 2. This is one formula. S minus B cot A by 2. This is one formula. And another formula is S tan C by 2. These are the formulae for R, R1, R2, R3. R I have discussed earlier. R1 formulae, R2 formulae, R3 formulae. Finally, for solving the problems, you have to remember this formula. Where to apply which formula I will tell. What are the logics involved? Look at it. Look at it. Now look at some results are there. Look at 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 equal to 1 by R. Look at R is in radius summa. These three are x radii. If you know R1, R2, R3, then R will be calculated by using this formula. You look at 1 by R1, I am taking LHS. I am taking LHS. What is R1 formula? R1 formula is nothing but delta by S minus A. R2 formula is what? Delta by S minus B. Basic formulas. S minus C. These are the formulae. Now S minus C will come up by delta, S minus B by delta, S minus C by delta, right? If you take the LCM, common LCM, so this is 3s minus of A plus B plus C. 3s minus of A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C is nothing but 2s. 2s divided by delta. That means this is nothing but S by delta. Now R is what? Delta by S. This is reciprocal. 1 by R. S by delta is nothing but 1 by R, because R is what? Delta by S. This is the relation. When R1, R2, R3 you know, when R1, R2, R3, that means X radii if you know, if you want to calculate in radius, use this formula. Use this formula. Right? So this is the relation between R1, R2, R3 and R. Look at next result. Next result. Delta square is nothing but R, R1, R2, R. Look at this result. R into R1. That means this is in radius. These three are X radii. Now, delta square. That means if you take RHS, you take RHS sum. RHS. So R is nothing but delta by S into delta by S minus A formula, delta by S minus B. Just substitute the formula. Delta by S minus C is the formula. Now you got delta to the power 4 divided by, you got S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. What is this? Delta is nothing but root of. This means this is delta square divided by delta square. So what you will get? So that means delta square. That means if you know all the radii, in radius you know, x radii you know. If you want to calculate area of triangle, use this formula. Product of all the four is nothing but delta square. If you know all the four, you can easily calculate what is area of triangle, right? If you know all the four radius, how to calculate area of triangle. This is one result. So this result and this result will be helpful in the problems. Look at one problem. Look at one problem. How to apply the formulas we will see. If given that R1 equals to, simple problem you take R2, R3. Find nature of triangle. Nature of triangle ABC. Right? So this is the condition given up. Find the nature means you have to check whether it is equilateral, isosceles, or right angled like that. Look at nature means what type of triangle it is. Look at for substitute the formula simple, right? Delta by S. This is delta by S into this is delta by S minus A. This is delta by S minus B. Delta by S minus C.
మొబైల్ డేటా లేకపోతే చెప్పావా హలో హలో ఎవరు ఎవరు ఏంటమ్మా అందరికీ కనపడుతున్నా ఎవరు మెసేజ్ పెట్టలేదు ఇది మొబైల్ డేటానా
చూడండి. So this is delta gets cancelled, right? So this is delta gets cancelled. This bring this side up S minus B into S minus C divided by S into S minus A equal to 1, right? So S minus B into S minus C equal to 1. Now look at here. This formula you know. So root of I am applying root on both sides. S minus B into S minus C divided by S into S minus A equal to root 1, right? So this formula is what? This formula you know. Root of S minus B into S minus C divided by S into S minus A. So this is nothing but you got the formula tan A by 2. Tan A by 2 equal to 1 number. Tan A by 2 equal to 1 means this is tan 45 degree. That means A by 2 equal to 45 degree. A by 2 is what? 45 degree. That means A will be 90 degree. A will be 90 degree. Therefore, what type of triangle? One angle is 90 means you can definitely say right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Like that, just simple formula. Basic formula you apply. Then you got this one. This you know. Under root 1 is what? Tan A by 2. Yesterday I have discussed half angle formula. Tan A by 2 is 1. This is 45. A by 2 is what? 45 degree. Like that, by writing simple formula, you can easily get. Look at next problem. If R1 equal to 2R2 equal to 3R3. Condition is given like this. R1 equal to 2R2 equal to 3R3. Find A is to B is to C and A by B. And A by B plus B by C plus C by A value. Look at very important problem. Look at them. R1 equal to 2R2 equal to 3R3 given. Just substitute the formula. Substitute the formula. This is nothing but delta by S minus A. 2 into delta by s minus b equal to 3 into delta by s minus c. Let us say this is k. Whenever the equal is given, each equal to k you take. Each equal to k, right? This equal to is there, equal to k you take. Now look at here, first equal to k. Delta by s minus a equal to k, first equal to k. Now that means what I want is s minus a value. This is nothing but delta divided by k. S minus a that side and k this side. Let us say first equation. Let us say first equation. Then second one equal to k. 2 delta by s minus b equal to k. That means s minus b is nothing but 2 delta by k. 2 delta by k. Let us say this is second equation. Let us say this is second equation. Third equal to k. That implies s minus c equals to 3 delta divided by k. Let us say this is third equation. What my aim is to calculate a is to b is to c. That means I have to calculate what is a, what is b, what is c. Now I am adding 1 plus 2 plus 3. Look at, I am adding 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 first equation plus second equation plus third equation. Look at here. So this plus this means 3s minus of a plus b plus c. This is nothing but delta by k plus 2 delta by k plus 3 delta by k. That means delta plus 2 delta plus 3 delta. How much? 6 delta. 6 delta divided by k. Add this common LCM, 6 delta divided by k. This is nothing but 3s minus 2s. A plus b plus c is what? 2s divided by k. That means what you got? S. 6 delta divided by k. I got s value. Now I will take the first equation. Look at first equation implies s minus a is nothing but delta by k. That implies a equals to s, you know, 6 delta by k minus delta by k. That means 5 delta by k, right? So a is nothing but I got 5 delta by k. Substituted here yes. Now second equation you take. Second equation. Second equation implies s minus b equals to 2 delta by k. That implies b equals to 6 delta by k minus 2 delta by k. That means 4 delta divided by k. Third equation implies s minus c equals to 3 delta by k. That means c is nothing but 6 delta by k minus 3 delta by k. That means 3 delta by k. 3 delta by k. Now look at here. A you know, B you know, C you know. So that means you can calculate what is A is to B is to C. A is to B is to C is nothing but 5 delta by k is to 4 delta by k is to 3 delta by k. In the ratio you can strike off the common one. This k will get cancelled. So delta will get cancelled. So what is the answer? 5 is to 4 is to 3. So therefore, A is to B is to C is nothing but 5 is to 4 is to 3. 5 is to 4 is to 3. Now he is asking to, second question, he is asking to calculate A by B plus B by C plus C by A. This value. So what is A by B, Amma? A is to B is 5 by 4. That means 5 by 4, 5 by 4. B is to C. Second is to this 4 by 3 plus, right? C by A. C by A means 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Now if you take the LCM is what? 4 into 3, 12 into 5, 60. This is 60. Now 4 is here, 15 into 5, 75 plus 3 is here, 20 into 4, 80 plus 5 is here, 3 into 12, 36. Now look at here, this is 155 plus 36, 191 divided by 60. This is the second question answer. This is the second question answer. Like that, just I have used the basic formula for R1, R2, R3. For this particular problem, without doing this lengthy way, I will tell a shortcut for this. I will tell a shortcut. Okay, I will tell a shortcut, and after that you can easily calculate A is to B is to C. For time saving, for this I will tell one short. This is by concept we have done, right? So one shortcut I will tell for this particular problem. Look at what is the shortcut is. Look at whenever the equation is given like this, remember this one. Whenever it can be useful in problems if XR1 equal to YR2 equals to ZR3. That means R1 before constant whatever it is there X, R2 before constant whatever it is there Y, R3 before constant whatever it is there R3. Then A is to, shortcut is A is to B is to C is nothing but, look at I am writing the shortcut, Y plus Z is to Z plus X is to X plus Y. X plus Y. This is the formula, right? So now for the particular problem I have given, what I have given? R1 equal to 2, R2 equal to 3, R3. Now here X is what? X is 1. Look at X R1, X is what? 1, Y is what? 2, Z is what? 3, right? X is 1, Y is 2, Z is 3. Now therefore A is to B is to C is nothing but Y plus Z, that means 2 plus 3 is to Z plus X, 3 plus 1 is to X plus Y, 1 plus 3. That means 5 is to Z plus X, 4. Is to 4 is to, this is 2, wait, X plus Y. X plus Y means 1 plus 2. Right, 5 is to 4 is to 3. That is the answer. This only you got here. 5 is to 4 is to 3. This is by doing concept wise. Right, if you want to remember shortcut, if you remember this one, whenever you want to calculate the ratio, you can calculate easily. Right, both methods you have to take. So you got the ratio. After getting this ratio, problem will be easy. You got this ratio. A by B means you will get directly 5 by 4 here. Same you will get. Very important shortcut number this one. Look at them. Two more. This is there. Two more results are there. Look at two more results are there. Now R1 plus R2. Look at this one. R1 plus R2. That means this is one radius. This is one radius. Whenever you got, you replace it by 4R cos square C by 2. Look at this one. R1 plus R2. Whenever you got this formula, you replace it by 4R cos square C by 2. Look at, I will tell the proof. R1 formula is what in terms of angles? 4R. R1 formula is first one sine remaining cos. Right? R1 formula is what? For the first one sine remaining cos B by 2, cos C by 2. R2 means what? For the second one, for the second one sine remaining cos C by 2. Cos C by 2. Look at here. So in these two, what is the common thing? What is the common thing is 4R is common, cos C by 2 is common. Look at 4R 4R cos C by 2 is common. 4R cos C by 2 is common. Sin A by 2 cos B by 2 plus here cos A by 2 sin B by 2. Sin B by 2. This is nothing but 4R cos C by 2. This, if you look at here, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. That is nothing but sin of A plus B. Sin of A plus B means A by 2 plus B by 2. That means A plus B divided by 2. A plus B divided by 2. Right? So now if you look at here, 4R cos C by 2 into sin of A plus B is nothing but 180 degree minus C divided by 2. Right? Because A plus B plus C is what? 180 degree. Sum of two angles is nothing but 180 minus third angle. Look. So therefore 4R cos C by 2 into sin of 90 degree minus C by 2. So sin of 90 minus theta is what? Cos theta. Sin of 90 minus theta is always what? Cos theta. So therefore, this is nothing but 4R cos square C by 2. 4R cos C by 2 into cos C by 2. Therefore, this is one result of R1 plus R2. Look at it. You have to remember this result. R1 plus R2 is nothing but 4R cos square C by 2. If 1 plus 2 is there, third angle C you will get. Next, suppose similarly you will get R2 plus R3 is there. You will get 2, 3 is there. First angle you will get 4R cos square A by 2. Right? R2 plus R3 you will get 4R cos square A by 2. Suppose R1 plus R3 is there. You will get 4R cos square B by 2. So these are the three results. Right? R1 plus R2 you will get C by 2. R2 plus R3 you will get A by 2. R1 plus R3 you will get B by 2. These are the three results you have to remember. Next result is Similarly, I have done no R1 plus R2. Just substituted the formula. Similarly, you can do these two. Similarly, another result is there. Look at. If you use these shortcuts, problem will become easy. R1 minus R is there. That means R1 minus R. Just minus will be there here. Then you will get sine 4R sine square A by 2. Just substitute R1 formula and R formula like this, you take common, then you will get this one. 4R sine square A by 2. If R1 is there, you will get A. 1 means first angle you will get. So similarly, if 2 is there, you will get sine square B by 2. Sine square B by 2. Similarly, if R3 minus R is there, you will get 4R sine square C by 2. Sine square C by 2. So R1 minus R is there. 1 means you will get A by 2. 2 means you will get B by 2 sine. 3 means you will get C by 2. So these two results you have to remember. How the application will be looked at? Look at two problems are there. So we will complete this concept. Look at. Suppose the problem is given like this. Look at how to use the shortcuts. You have to know the original procedure of solving, and then if you know the original procedure, then you can easily remember the shortcuts. Look at, if R1 problem is given like this. If R3 equal to R1 plus R2 plus R. R2 plus R, then angle C equal to dash. He is asking what is angle C? In a triangle ABC, given that R3 equal to R1 plus R2 plus R. Look at how to use this formula. This R bring this side. Easily you will get R3 minus R equal to R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. So what is R3 minus R? R3 minus R, look at 4R sine square C by 2. Easily you can write. Equal to R1 plus R2 is what? R1 plus R2. This is 4R cos square C by 2. Right? So this 4R will get cancelled. Right? You bring cos square C by 2 this side. So therefore, sine square C by 2 divided by cos square C by 2 is nothing but tan square C by 2. This implies, tan C by 2 is what? 1. Tan C by 2 is what? 1. So this is nothing but tan 45 degree. Therefore, C by 2 is nothing but 45 degree. So therefore, C is nothing but 90 degree. So what is the answer? 90 degree. Like that, if this term you remember, you can minimize the simplification. You can minimize the simplification by substituting this one and by substituting this one. Right? Like that to use the formula. Another problem is that look at. Look at another problem. If small r is to capital R is to R1 equals to 2 is to 5 is to 12. This is given like this. Find problem asking is Find angle A. Find angle A. Look at that. So look at. So this ratio is given. R, small r is to capital R is to R1. Ratio is given. So now what I am taking is, I am taking a proportionality constant. R is nothing but 2k. I am taking R equal to 2k. Some proportionality constant k. Capital R is nothing but 5k, comma R1 is nothing but 12k. Where k is proportionality constant. That means if you take the ratio, then you will get again 2 is to 5 is to 12. Now look at here in this, small r is involved, capital R is involved, R1 is involved, and he is asking angle A. So what is the formula you know? R1 minus R is nothing but 4R sine square A by 2. This is the formula you know. R1 minus R is nothing but 4R sine square A by 2. What is R1 minus R? Look at. So this is 12k minus 2k equals to 4 into 5k into sine square A by 2. This is the one you got, sine square A by 2. Now this is 20k. This is 6, and this is 10k equal to 20k into sine square A by 2, right? So that means, so 10k 2 times. So therefore, sine square A by 2 value you are getting. Sine square A by 2 is nothing but 1 by 2. Sine square A by 2 is nothing but 1 by 2. That implies sine A by 2 is nothing but 1 by root 2. Sine A by 2 is nothing but 1 by root 2. This is nothing but sine 45 degree. Sine 45 degree. Therefore, A by 2 is nothing but 45 degree. Therefore, angle A is nothing but 90 degree. Like that. How to use the formula? Okay, Nama. I will send an assignment to you. Solve those problems. Thank you, all of you. Have a nice day.